Hey guys, how's everyone been doing? We've been MIA for a long time. We're coming back on episode
MIA?
1. MIA means missing in action.
I'm actually surprised that you knew that. No,
Huh?
I actually didn't think you know that.
What you mean?
Whoa, I don't
I'm
know.
a smart fella, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
So yeah, we've been MIA for a while. We obviously have given you guys a video of what we've been doing for the past few months or so. And yeah, so episode 1, and you guys have obviously, I guess, been in train with all the hype that we've created so far. So welcome back, and the topic is relationships. If you haven't already been told that. If we have told you that, maybe we haven't. I don't know.
At this point, we don't know when we've actually uploaded this. Sorry.
Yeah.
So this
It
is
will
just
just
gonna
happen. It's spontaneous.
Yeah. So
if you know, you know. If you don't know,
Yes.
First
now you
episode.
know. That's
Now you
basically.
know.
Yes. So again, yeah. So let's get started. And I'd hand the mic and the mics over to the. I'll ask the question to everyone.
Yeah.
The topic is obviously relationships. So why did we choose it? I personally was on the top of my head was like, okay, why don't we talk about this? But let's make that the conversation for today. Why do we think this conversation needs to happen? Why do we think we need to get other people's perspectives on what a relationship looks like? Well, the thing is, like, if you're living in Australia or United States or any modern society, you're going to be exposed to so many different types of relationships: parenthood, relationship with your wife, relationship with your girlfriend, boyfriend, relationship with your brothers, siblings, or your aunties. So there's different kinds of relationships. We're particularly, I think, going to be focusing on that relationship you have with another gender,
Partner.
a partner, right? So that's the conversation for today, and I think I'm gonna ask Zahir and Adele why we think that conversation is important.
You want to go first?
it's very important.
Nice. That's the
Is
end of
it-
episode.
It's very nice.
Now, obviously, for me, the reason why I find it important is because, like, I feel like one thing is religion, right? Obviously, we have the saying in our religion, if you like, finding your partner is like completing half of your religion, basically, right? And that's why, for me, that's like an important thing. The way I go about that might be different from other people. Let's just say that, obviously, because I'm like what people would call me like old-fashioned, right? That's what they put me as, right? Where I don't really do the dating type in that way, where you just go out, meet people, and then whatever happens. Like, for me anyway, that's not what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look for like a partner, actual partner. And obviously this was like an important thing for me because it's just something which I want to see other people's perspectives from, right? Obviously I wanted like yours and everything like that, but obviously other people who are already in a relationship, and I want to get the aspect of the perspective of people who are like not similar to me as well, where like they don't really care about finding a like lifelong partner or whatever. It's just like they just go about life however it is. If they find a partner, they find a partner. They get with somebody, and then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I want to see like how their train of thought is, what they go through, like how it is for them, right? Because obviously me, sometimes I think, okay, what if I just was like them for a bit? Obviously I wouldn't do that, but it's just like a thought you kind of have, right? So
Yeah.
Like, what would it look like to be in their shoes?
Yeah.
Nightclubs
Yeah.
and partying day in, day out, or in a relationship or with a girlfriend. What would that look like?
Yeah.
So that's what we're aiming to give out to the world through this series of episodes, where we get different perspectives, we get different guests on, and we discuss with them what they've experienced and what their thoughts on this whole topic is. And I think, especially when it comes to us three, because we haven't been in another person's shoes, and we haven't seen that lifestyle of being in a hardcore relationship, which either you're married or you're labeled as a girlfriend, boyfriend, your families are involved, what that looks like, we don't know. So again, that's the thing that I think is good about us, is that we want to talk about other people's experience and learn from them. So
we just want to open it up so it's like not stigmatized either. So
yeah.
everyone needs to know.
Yeah.
Everyone's in this phase who is watching whatever.
yeah.
So yeah.
And as you
We all
said,
need to
right?
know.
The type of like relationship I'm looking for, like the old-fashioned one, is where I meet a girl and I introduce her to my family, because I know it's serious from the get-go, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play around.
Play around.
Yo,
Yeah.
this is gonna be on YouTube, so you might be getting.
Look, you just, bro, if I find one, I find one, right? The thing is, I'm also
get some offer from YouTube.
No,
Hey,
the
that
thing is,
African guy looks
I
really
find,
good.
I find that I'm very stubborn as well, right?
Okay, this is interview. But why are you stubborn?
No.
What would you do in a relationship?
No,
if
not
the-
that. Not in that sense. I mean, stubborn in the sense where whenever, like, I hate it when people try to put me together with somebody, right?
No, let me do it.
No, see, that's, I don't know why.
What
But,
about if your family did though?
huh?
What about if your dad?
See, that's the thing. It's
It's not gonna be forced though. It's gonna be like, hey, to here, you're at a point
Yeah,
where you know
yeah.
we want to get you married. So here's potential people that.
and that's
Mm.
the
So
thing
that's not
anyway.
either. That's not
With-
forced. It's
No,
like
that's not forced.
it's
Yeah.
like have a look.
Here's the
They,
options.
yeah, they like the thing is, at least I know, like, from the
Here's
get-go.
the stock.
Oh, bro. You're just gonna make this up. Okay, let me just say that with that, I know it's mutual, right? From the like we're
Yeah.
both
Future from both ends.
ends, right? Where in other cases with other people trying to put us together or
Yeah.
me with somebody, it's more like, hey, why don't you go talk to that person, right? And then I don't know how that will go anyway. And most of the time, I can already tell that our values wouldn't even align, right? So that's why I wouldn't even want to bother with that. But it happens a lot, and even with my parents, if they said, "Oh, I like that person for you," for some reason I'd say no. Like, I don't know what it is, but I hate it when somebody just tries to
Likes that person for you.
no.
You get what I mean? That sounds weird, but that's what happens in the
Yeah.
in like you know in our culture at least. It's like you know the family likes this girl for you, and now you can like her if you want. But
No.
well, it's already done.
The family
No, no,
likes
no,
that
no.
person. Now you
But-
gotta get married
no.
to that person.
But with me, even it's just like even if it's an option, sorry, like just an option. Oh,
Yeah.
I think this is like the best candidate, right, or whatever, or like I think this one really suits you. When I hear that, I think no. I don't know why. I hate it when someone tries to group me with somebody else. I don't know why.
Anyways, so the conversation is obviously why we think the topic's important. You
Yeah.
said something about not opening it to everyone, not stigmatizing that topic,
Yeah.
and I think in all of that, I want my Fanta. In all of that, I think recently, when we're in like middle school, high school, and primary school, actually,
Yeah.
you're straight away introduced to that. Even
The
primary
first
school
thing,
kids,
literally, yeah.
oh my god, look at my girlfriend.
See?
Like that stuff happens, and you have kids in primary school actually like someone. I was in that shoes, like in primary school, you're like, oh, you find that other girl attractive, you find that guy attractive, and you do.
But the thing
from
is,
that get go.
how many people actually stay together?
No,
from-
you don't. It's not about staying.
That's
together.
the thing.
It's about opening that conversation, saying that's normal. But what do you do about it? Like how is a youth or an adult supposed to act when they're attracted to someone or when they have feelings for someone? How that's the conversation we want to have, and also show the perspective of, okay, let's say you do like that person, and let's say everyone says, okay, go get into that relationship, we get you guys married, right? What does that look like afterwards? Like, because the thing is, people think, oh yeah, we get into a relationship, we get married, it's all fun and games, we're gonna have babies, it's gonna be beautiful, it's gonna be so good. But then you have baby stuff, I can't take these kids, man. Like, and you have people that actually that's when you have people that give their kids up for adoption, or you have rare situations where they actually mistreat the kid, and the kid, is raised up in a depressive, bad environment. And
But it could work out as well.
It can. We're not saying it can't, but it's about knowing that when you get
The
into
risks.
this, these are the risks. This is what you're going to be exposed to, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a beautiful thing. I think when you get into it, you learn a lot. It's a
Yeah.
new chapter. But I think there's this fault in a lot of people where even in the Indian society, it's like, okay, get your degree, get your job, get everything, and then we'll find a girl for you. And then after that, life is set. It's chill. But it's not.
It's just the start of it, isn't
It's
it?
just the start of it. Like I haven't made my own decisions
the
up till
beginning,
now.
man.
I haven't made my decisions up till now, and now I'm in a relationship. Now they expect me to become an adult all of a sudden,
Boom.
right? And it's like, oh, what am I doing here? And that's the conversation we need to
Yeah.
have. We want to have a conversation with people that have gone through that phase and then jumped in. What happens then?
No, see, that's part of it. But for me, it's also, like I said, the curiosity part where there's people in high school, right, who at that age, they're like young adults, right, and they get into relationships. And for me, the reason why I want to not even actually older, even like people who are our age, like 20, like 25, whatever that around that age, they get into relationships which they know isn't gonna work out, right? And the thing for me is I just want to know like, oh, why? Just curious. Like I'm not trying to like shame them or anything like that. I'm just wondering why go through that.
Why do you get into a relationship at that age? Like
not at that age, but when you don't take it seriously, or like it's not going to work out. Why put yourself in that shoes?
I think in those years, because like you're literally just growing up, you just became an adult, like adolescent, whatever. You hit puberty, emotions are running wild. You have a whole release of your hormones or whatever. So you just in that situation where you're not thinking right, you're still in school, you look at girls around you, you're like, oh damn, all these hormones are running, and then your parents on the other hand, they don't want to validate your feelings either. Like, okay, you are feeling this, you know that you will like this person, but you're not ready yet. Right? You need to figure out yourself first. You need to take decisions of yourself, or you need to know what an adult is.
Yeah, but I think
all that kind of stuff. And I mean, this is what the conversation should be about as well, destigmatizing in a way that young people that are watching it, they know how to manage these kind of feelings.
That conversations never happened with us, right? What
we
what's a relationship? How do I know all of this stuff? You don't want to
ask. No. See, and that's the reason
you get
why,
into the problem first.
Yeah, and no, not even that. That's the reason why I want to interview like people who are already in relationships, right? Like serious ones, just to know how it is. Because I'm not gonna be in the. I don't want to really go around playing around, trying to find whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then people who are like in that stage, I want to see how it is in that type of relationship where it's like they're already married, everything like that. Okay, so how do they manage everything?
Yeah,
that's another thing I want to basically kind of touch upon, I guess.
I mean, the way that you said it, I like it because you go around, playing around, whatever you do, and in that sense, you lose the essence of marriage or like being in a union with someone because you've already given the most to the other person that you're not gonna be with for the rest of your life, right? How are you gonna give the most to the other person that you want to be for the rest of your life?
Yeah, and
you don't have anything more to give.
I think when you're
so you have to like keep it. And continue.
I think when you're growing up, you're exposed to all of these things, and you see the people around you like getting into relationships, and you get all this attention.
Yeah.
When you get into a relationship, and you just don't think through the whole step. And I think that's something people lack. It's that vision of okay, let's think this through.
They're young.
They're all young, but it's that step that I think is very crucial before you make any decision. Okay, why am I making that decision? Because a lot of people subconsciously make decisions without knowing why. Why am I on my iPad right now when I should be studying? Why am I liking this person's photos? No one thinks all of that stuff. They just pretty.
Actually, I do.
Yeah, I know we all do. But it's a subconscious thing that we do, right? Okay, I'm listening to music 24/7. Why am I actually attracted to this music? What are the influences to me liking this music? Has anyone ever thought of that? Maybe not. It's like just subconsciously we get ingrained. This is where the technology comes in, where I think whatever you see on Facebook, whatever you hear from your mates, you subconsciously start picking up all those values and all those likes and dislikes. It's just who you are. This is your experience. Everything that you like right now is everything that has been fed into you.
Have you watched the documentary on Netflix that came out? It's called Social Dilemma.
Yes.
You seen it?
I've watched half of it, but that stuff's deep.
It's mind blowing.
Because you can, there's that whole thing is about how everyone that's moving around doing their things, are they really doing their own stuff, or is it all ingrained into them because of technology, right?
So you're saying,
why did you buy the jacket that you're wearing right now?
Is it for the likes on Facebook? Is it for the
Is it because you saw someone else wearing and he looked good and you're like, I'd look good in this, and then you bought it?
So you're saying like subconsciously, the reason why people get into relationships is because of stuff around them that affects.
Sometimes I think that can be a factor, and then when that happens is, you just don't think things through afterwards. My dad was telling me just then, like, because he's been a teacher in middle school, primary school. He was like, there was a Muslim kid that was, doing good in school and everything. And like, but during the final days of the final exam, he just was MIA. Later to find out that there was, at the day of the exam, he was in hospital or something, getting a DNA check because some girl was saying that I'm pregnant with his baby, right? So that stuff's there, but you don't think of those things. Oh shit, I'm gonna get someone pregnant, or like, what's gonna happen then? it hits you when you get.
This is
to that
in middle school.
Yeah, it's middle school. This
Wow.
stuff happens, man. Like, what do you mean?
I haven't heard
Haven't
it,
you
but-
seen America, man? Stuff America.
Yeah, America, but like I mean, this is
everywhere, man, dude. Kids do drugs at our age, at like.
Oh no,
age
no,
of 12.
I know that. I know stuff even goes down in middle school. I was in
Yeah,
middle school before,
yeah.
but I mean, I'd
Oh,
never.
really?
No, no. But I mean, not me. But I've seen other people around me,
Yeah.
right? But I haven't seen anybody who was pregnant around like when I was in middle school.
But we know that stuff happens. It's not like it shouldn't come as a shock to us, at least, because I just know that stuff happens. No matter how much they say, oh, and this is where I think the school comes in and say, we won't be able to stop them, but let's teach them about protection. You know what I mean?
But to be honest, that's actually pretty smart.
It's
But,
smart, but like it's about, I think, opening the conversation up and saying, okay, this is where it can lead to. This is what can happen. And when relationships aren't all fun and games, it's all drama. You know what I mean? Like, if people understood that, they probably wouldn't go that far.
And see, that's another thing. I want to understand different people's ideas of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
What they view it as, and like obviously we have some friends who view relationships as just like, okay, they come and go and whatever, it just happens, like whatever happens, right? Sometimes they don't really take seriously, right? Where if there's in a relationship with a person at that time, that's their most important thing, whatever. But it's not like they don't straight away go for, okay, this is my lifelong partner. They don't see it as that. It's like over time they like come to that decision, but not from the get-go, right?
They don't think of that far. I know personal friends that are in a relationship, they like the person, but when it comes to marriage, that's long term the way.
See, that's the thing.
Like ages. What are we thinking about that now? Let's enjoy life, bro.
I want to understand.
And then those are the same people that go, bro, she's so rude and she's so this. man, like.
See, no, because I think, well, for me anyway, right? If I was in like the relationship that I was talking about, where I'm trying to get to know someone for like marriage or whatever, it's not gonna be like for like a few months, right? It's probably gonna be like a year or two. I'm getting like actually just getting to know the person, who that person is, right? And then any problems that we do like face, right? I wouldn't have a problem. Like we'd talk about all this stuff beforehand, right? Yeah. How we solve problems, how we do this, blah blah blah. Obviously, it might not go like 100% to like the way we say it, but at least we'd have like a plan for it, right?
Yeah.
And so
plan for it.
We talk it out beforehand. Most people,
because you know that you want to be together.
Exactly, and like whatever happens, we try to work it out where we're both kind of happy, right?
You're not in a hanky panky situation. Be like, you know what? Marriage is a long time away. We don't stress about it. Life goes on. We'll break up.
And that's the thing. Like they automatically think, okay, if something bad happens, we'll just break up and then we'll split up, right? But in my thing, it's like, okay, whatever bad happens, whatever, we'll try to work it out. Yeah. Like we'll just keep going, because to be honest, you can always work out like 99% of like problems. The only one thing which I say you can't ever work out in my books anyway is if somebody cheated on you, right?
That's a different story.
But that's a different story, right? Any other problem, you can solve it.
You can solve it.
There's no problem which you can't solve by talking it out and coming to a decision. Right?
I was listening to the song by Ill Mind of Hobson, but I'm not gonna quote it.
Don't quote it.
I'm not gonna quote it. But that song, there's a lot of swear words in it. But if you can, I'm not saying people.
You're saying there's wisdom in it somewhere.
It doesn't condemn it.
There is a wisdom in it. I don't know if you've heard of it. There's I don't know if it's an album or not, but there's Ill Mind of Hobson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 9. It's an album.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I was on work and I was on Spotify and this song came up somehow and I was listening. I was like, this stuff's very deep. This is very vulgar.
How is it so deep?
It's very vulgar. I'll send you the thing. I want you guys can listen to it at your own pace if you want, but I'm not gonna put.
I've heard his songs, man. There's no. It depends. It depends.
Ill Mind of Hobson 5 is a reflection on everyone's face. Of like, you go to clubs, you do these things and all that stuff, and then you complain. Okay, right? Yeah, so a lot of people do a lot of things and then they complain, but they don't want to change anything about their lives, right? And so it's about, I think this conversation that we're going to have in these 5 episodes is about allowing people to reflect, even the youth, because I know youth that come up and go, oh bro, I got a girlfriend, and then you're just like, yo man, how young are you? You don't know what you're getting into, right? You just don't know what you're getting into. You think it's all fun and games, and then you realize it's not all of that. So I think the conversations that we will have in the coming episodes, it's all going to be about, before you do all of these things, before you actually realize what you want, And before everyone else is into it, it's about stepping back and reflecting and thinking, okay, let's think these things through. That's, I think, one of the goals that I want to get out of these episodes. It's about, before anyone makes a decision, before anyone like jumps in to say, oh bro, that girl's hot, or bro, that girl's really pretty, I like this person. What do you like? Why do you like her? Or why do you like him? And what's a relationship going to get you? What does a relationship look like? Those are the answers that we're going to be answering in our podcast, hopefully. And
how are you going to work it out?
How are you going to work it out? Because I'm not saying it's all wrong. I think, you can get into a relationship, you can get married at an early age, as long as you know what you're going into, right? If you walk into a battle without any gear, you're going to die. Right? You just go into that, right? So it's about going into all of that war and battle.
Yeah, it's basically like a relationship is a battle.
I've witnessed it. You get into a relationship early. I've witnessed it with my friends, not myself. But like, you get into a relationship really early, the relationship breaks apart. For whatever reason, the person starts questioning himself. Did I do something wrong? Yeah. Could I have done something better? Can I be a better person? And he becomes a stalker.
See, that's the other thing. Like, people who get into like relationships when they don't actually know what they want, they end up somehow like getting hurt, right? One side always gets hurt, and then they kind of bring it into their next relationship, which also doesn't make it work because of the stuff that they brought in from their last one.
Yeah, they carry this shit and the baggage in.
And I've seen it so many times, right? Where like they have trust issues because of their last partner, and then they don't trust their next partner. Why the next
it's a chain reaction of things. And if you knew what you were getting in the first time, or even if the next time or the third time, if you knew what, like, the thing is, it's about subconsciously knowing what you're taking in to a relationship and what you can bring into a relationship, right? So everyone that's probably already been in a relationship or thinking about getting into a relationship, at least know that you're carrying a luggage. What things you should drop off, what things you can take in now, because think about it, you get into a relationship and your husband or your wife might be completely trustworthy, right? He might just be at Coles or Woolies getting luggage. Where are you?
Yeah,
why haven't I seen you? Like, who was that girl on the phone? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's about, because that stuff will damage your relationship. It's like, bro, man, like, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what he's doing. And it's about subconsciously knowing that you're carrying that luggage or you're not carrying that luggage. And then when you walk into this relationship, these are the things that you learn and you need to learn.
And you gotta make an informed decision about it.
And informed decision.
The last thing I'll say as well is, I want to know what like other people's boundaries are. Like, if they actually know their boundaries, like where if that, like, your partner or whatever is like comes to decision that doesn't really go with your values, right? Like, but I want to know, do you know your own values, where like, okay, if they said this and it doesn't align with your values, but then you find out like too late, like way after you kind of agreed to whatever it was, and then what are you going to do at that point, right? I want to know who actually knows their values beforehand, right? So they don't do this, because eventually you end up becoming like a whole different person, and then you kind of hate that relationship because it's starting to change you, like, and you don't become yourself anymore, right? Exactly. And then eventually you end up breaking up because
you've seen that.
I've seen it.
Like, you walk into it, all religious and stuff. I'm not gonna have sex before marriage. I'm not gonna do these things. My intention is marriage, bro. That's all I want, man. Like, that's all I want. Don't worry. And then you get into a relationship, all that stuff, bro. I'll pray later. Bro, marriage, man, stop marriage. The heck, man, I'm gonna.
And slowly by slowly, people change. I've seen it so many times.
It's a repetition. That's why I think this conversation is highly important. It's
very important.
So I think conversation's ending. I think we're
that's basically that's what we want to find out.
There's a lot for you all. There's a lot. There's a lot for us too.
Yeah.
It's not just you, it's us. We're exploring the questions
that we want to know.
We don't know the answers. That's why I think this podcast, this series is going to be great. I hope you guys all join. I hope you guys all leave likes, reviews, comments, and maybe subscribe, like, and all that stuff. And tell us another topic that you guys would like to talk about after this series of episodes. So keep advising us, keep helping us grow, and hope to see you guys in the next episode, where you guys will learn a lot of things, and we will too. Thank you. Hope you guys have a great day.